Hey, it's the software engineering student here. We're back with another video. So last time we talked about variables, and in the video we talked about them having different types. And now we're going to talk actually about the basic types, which is the primitive data types of Java. So basically in Java we talked about primitives and complex. And the complex are often built upon the primitives, but for now let's just talk about the primitives. So basically this is the primitive data types in Java. We have bytes, short, int, long, float, invisible, which is supposed to be a double. There we go. And we have a char and booleans. So the difference is they're like in different categories. We have the byte, short, int, and long, which is just numbers in some predefined intervals. And this is simply based on how they in the memory is stored. So as you can see over here, they have they're gonna take up different space in memory. For example, a byte, which is a number between minus 128 to 127, only takes up 8 byte, short, this interval, 16, and so on, 32 and 64 byte. And when it comes to these types, we normally just use an int. But if you need some like very, very large number, you would use a long. But in general, int is like the standard. And we have decimal numbers. We have the float with 7 significant digits and double with 15. And they take up 32 bits and 64 bits. It's also because they like store the numbers differently in memory, which is not too important for like the programming stuff, but depending on what you're actually doing, it could matter. And the standard, when it comes to decimal number, would usually use a double. Then we have the char, which is like a character, which is a single Unicode character like an A, an I, a question mark, underscore, and so on. They take up 16 bits. And then we have the booleans, which are true and false, true or false. And as you might remember from the last episode, it actually matters that we that is actually a small letter. That's not a capital C, because that matters in Java. They take up 8-bit. So this is like the basic primitive types, and later on we're going to be building upon these. And if you like remember from the last time we talked about variables, you might see there's no string here, because strings are actually not a primitive data type. Strings are actually a complex data type that's built upon the characters. So a string is actually it's you can say it's a list of characters. So it's actually a complex data type. So this is like the basic understanding of primitive data types in Java. I hope you enjoy. Please follow along in the next episode.